Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm getting this out kind of late today. This is like really late. I was talking to Zanvast, and he recommended that I watch this David Icke video. I'm trying to fix this. And so I watched it, and I thought, oh, well, this is really done really well. So please go watch the David Icke video. I'm going to post it in the description. It's worth watching. Kind of puts everything into a nutshell of how it got so bad. Did an excellent job. Okay, so David Icke was talking about this reset, this current reset. But I want to go back to our last reset, the latest one we had back in 1850, coming out of that reset, because actually it was done before, but we were coming out of it at that point. At least some of us were. Okay, so when I was talking to Zanfast asked me, where did all these people come from the 1850s? They're just like showed up on the scene. Where did these people come from? And I said, good one. I think I'll look into that. Well, I saw them coming from underground in different areas. And it looked like they had gone down there because of some catastrophe, which of course was probably the mud flood reality. I mean, what else could it be? I'm starting to believe that the Noah reality was the mud flood reality, and it was in our very short past, not long ago. Our timelines have been very skewed and lied, and I'm telling you, our timelines are off big time. I mean, we're talking thousands of years. No, we got about 600-700 years in total of everything. It's just, oh my. So I'm looking into these people, and they came from underground, and at a certain time they came to the surface. But here's the thing: when they had left everybody else to die, who was left on the surface, well, yeah, some died, but everyone didn't die. There was pockets of humans here, and here that were existing, and they existed mighty well at that. They not only did they not die, but they flourished in many aspects. They became more in tune to Gaia, which is Mother Earth. They became more in tune to the foods around them, nature. They coexisted with nature. And when these people came up from underground and came into the world, they were so out of place because they had severed their bonding and their reality with Topside and did not know how to function on Topside. Because when you take a chunk of generations and you throw them into an unrealistic reality of living under the ground in conditions I wouldn't want to really live in, but whatever. And then you take them and say, survive up top. It's like you taking a wild animal, putting it into captivity in your home. And then when it's old, saying, go out there and survive. It's not going to survive well. Well, also with this, they had the military type people that were running these underground people. And these are the ones that are running our world today. And their agendas they are psychopathic. Plus AI in that also. It's horrific. But let's talk about the actual people that came up from the underground. And they were almost like, in some aspects, a bit innocent. They were run by these totalitarian dictators who told them everything. But they weren't I wouldn't call them that educated on common sense survival. Not really. So when they came Topside, and then all these other people were out here, of course they had to help them survive because they were not equipped. No. So I'm seeing that the lecherous military group, because I don't know what else you'd call them, who came out here was the beginning of the corruption and the changing of the history from the Tartarians to what it is today. And also when this group came up, there were Tartarians alive. And I'm not talking about just the human Tartarians. I'm talking about the giants too. And they, yeah, it wasn't pretty. They tried to slaughter everyone. They tried to, and they did slaughter a lot of beings, not just the Tartarians, but systematically everybody in the snow globe that wasn't them. And they enslaved them and they stole their lands from them. And this is what we're left with today, a very crippled human society. And our histories have been completely changed. One of the main reasons when I look into the slaughter of most mankind and the book burnings is to hide the past, because better to hide the past, easier to control the future, because you can dictate what their past is and what their future will be, because you're the one dictating it. So, very evil. Right now, in this time, if you're awake, and if you're awake, you're watching this. If you're not awake, you're flipping this off instantly because you're on the agenda of being controlled. Every sovereign being that is awake, kudos to you for being awake, because I'm telling you, if you look around, you're in the minority. We need to change this. We need the minority to become the majority. We need this to stop. We don't need to be told what to do anymore. We don't need to be suffocated with hypoxia with masks. We don't need to be vaccinated. We don't need any of this. This corrupt East Indian company who took over everything, who is still behind everything. Yes, they've changed their names. It is still the East Indian Company. It is those people from the last reset that came from under the ground. They're the ones that have been controlling everything. The book burnings all over the snow globe, burning the knowledge of levitation, making things weightless. All of this knowledge was burned, except what's left in the Vatican. They burned Alexandria to the ground. They burned everything. Hitler's main job was to burn and destroy. That was his main job. Burn and destroy, burn and destroy. When they had gone to America, or the Americas, because North America and South America, they were occupied by people already. Of course they had to do the best they could to eradicate and burn all their knowledge. I mean, it's just a whole terrible scenario. So, but I can tell you what, things are changing. I do not believe that it's going to be a bad change as far as if in this timeline people wake up, and I will add that because I see a lot of timelines, and down each timeline are different choices made. And of course, they're going to come with different outcomes. So on this timeline, if we can wake up, and if not this one, it'll be another one. And remember, if you want to change your timelines, raise your frequency and go collect your shards. And when you collect your shards, you'll be in a different timeline to collect those shards wherever you are. Please go watch video 3 and 5 if you don't know what I'm talking about. I will say this too. Everywhere you collect a shard and you leave that timeline, you no longer exist in that timeline. So it will be the death of you. But you won't even know it because you're just going along because you are consciousness. These things here are just shells. They're carbon shells. So when they die off, you might not even know you've done a transition. It's funny. It's crazy. But yeah, that's how it works. The only way you realize you've done something different and something is not quite right is the reality that you may go in and things are always just a little off here and there. And that's when you know you've done a transition on a timeline. So I'm hoping that all the energy beings that are real entities, and I'm not talking matrix concoctions, I'm talking real entities. I want us all out of this simulation, out of this matrix, and I want us all to wake up and go out of this Archon box, because we really do not only need to get out of this matrix entrap situation, we need to get out of the Archon box because that's the next thing we need. I guess we're starting down here and working our way up. So I guess that's going to be my very short video for the day. So please, everybody, go watch the David Icke film, put together really well. Yes, I'm pumping that for him. Okay, everybody, have a great day.